Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Making headlines this morning, a look back at the life of legendary coach and sports commentator John Madden.
The big news this morning here at home is that can't see much of anything out there. Fog and mist are going to be a big part of Katie's forecast this morning. She's in for Mike. Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday, December 29th, and we're in that weird time of year between Christmas and New Year's where we really don't know what day it is.
Don't know what day it is. Don't know what time it is.
Don't know who's going to show up at work, who's not going to.
But hey, we're here.
We're here this morning, and it's good to see you, Sarah.
Yeah, and welcome back. I hope you had a good break.
Thank you. We were just swapping stories about what happened over Christmas, but that's for off camera. Let's go to Katie Blakely now and find out what's going on. Hey there.
Oh, really? That's no fun.
We had a good time with our families.
A great time.
We did.
Good. Glad to see both of you this morning. It is not pretty out there, that is for sure. Fog and mist will be the big story all through the morning. Things really won't start to clear up until closer to lunchtime. So here's the view closer to the airport. Our temperatures are in the mid-60s around Bexar County. Humidity 100%. That is leading to fog and reduced visibility first thing this morning. Where you see the red here on the visibility map, that is dense fog. So fog less than a quarter of a mile. And in many locations, we are picking up 0-mile visibility, including in eastern Bexar County at Randolph at the airport on 410 there. 1-mile visibility from New Braunfels over to Bernie. 0-mile visibility Hondo down to Castroville. Zooming out just a bit so you can get a wider view. We also have some patchy dense fog elsewhere across south central Texas. So essentially everyone, as you're getting ready to head out this morning, just know you may run into some dense fog. We've got a dense fog advisory in effect for all the counties in gray, which is a good portion of the area, until 10 a.m. this morning. So again, these gray kind of gloomy conditions will likely persist until a little closer to lunchtime. Temperatures elsewhere 60 in Bandera, 61, Helotes 71 there in Pleasanton. So still unseasonably warm for this time of year. Our temperatures will stay pretty steady through the morning because of the clouds, fog, and mist that will linger through about 9-10 a.m. But we will warm up again this afternoon with some clearing. Some of us will be treated to a little drop in humidity today as well. We'll talk about that. The strong cold front we've been talking about this week is also still on schedule to arrive New Year's Day. We'll talk about that as well coming up in the full forecast. Guys.
Thank you, Katie. More people are jumping in to find 3-year-old Lena killed. Today marks day 10 in the search, and now businesses near where she was last seen are posting flyers in hopes of helping bring Lena home.
It helps, posting on social media. So I've posted on social media a couple of times on my own personal page, but just to have the flyers in the store that maybe somebody sees it and grabs it, knows something, anything that helps.
Elijah Hicks works at a business about half a mile away from where Lena lived on Fredericksburg Road. Police say she was last seen at a playground at her apartment complex last Monday. Now investigators are going beyond the Villas del Cabo apartment complex. Some officers and K-9 units looked through green belts between the apartment complex and Loop 410, and several other officers remain at the complex. Lena disappeared December 20th. The FBI has zeroed in on an 18-minute window that day from 4:49 p.m. to 5 to 7 p.m. The FBI says as of right now, a lot of tips are outside that window. Investigators continue to go through surveillance video, social media, and interviews. Anyone with any information that leads to Lena can get up to a $150,000 reward if you can call SAPD's Missing Persons Unit to help out. That number on your screen right now, 210-207-7660.
In your morning headlines, Dallas area police have released a 14-year-old boy whom they had suspected in a weekend shooting spree that left 3 teens dead and a 4th badly hurt. Garland police say the gunman is still on the loose this morning. Authorities initially said Monday that the 14-year-old was the shooter at the gas station Sunday night, but now they say he's been released to his family and is not being charged at this time. Meanwhile, 33-year-old Richard Acosta Jr. has been arrested and charged with capital murder, accused of being the getaway driver in that shooting. The United States, The
U.S. is mourning former Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid, who died yesterday at age 82. Reid's wife says her husband died peacefully after a 4-year battle with pancreatic cancer. Reid, a Democrat from Nevada, led the Senate under 2 presidents, Republican George W. Bush and Democrat Barack Obama. He retired in 2016. President Biden hailed Reid as a dear friend.
Now to the death of football legend John Madden, known as the soundtrack of the NFL.
His influence spans decades, from the football field to the broadcast booth to one of the most successful video games of all time. Here's ABC's Andrew Dimbert.
John Madden first gained fame during his 10-year stint as the coach of the Raiders, having taken the job at just 32 years old. He never had a losing record and led the team to 7 AFC title games, winning the Super Bowl in the 1976 season.
John Madden's grin is from ear to ear. He looks like a split watermelon.
But it was his work off the field that catapulted him to stardom. After retiring from coaching at just 42, Madden began a new career in television. His larger-than-life personality made him a natural on camera, a constant presence in American homes for more than 30 years, appearing in commercials.
Boy, could I go for a nice cold white beer from Miller. So I thought I'd just pop in at my favorite hangout and have one with the guys.
Even on Saturday Night Live.
Here's a sad little guy, the place kicker, Anton Boguslav-Skanavoski.
But it was the decades he spent in the NFL broadcast booth that made him a household name. He was skeptical about becoming a broadcaster, but turned out to be a natural, winning 16 Emmys with his distinctive, powerful voice.
Boom, you get him? Right there, boom.
And sense of humor.
Father bucket, this is a mother bucket, and since the last game, they had a baby bucket.
Not to mention his talent with that famous telestrator, forever changing how the game looked on TV.
If this guy here is pointing to this, and if he takes this and dumps it on that, he'll be the player of the game.
Making him a fan favorite, as did his many quirks. Madden famously giving a turducken, a chicken inside a duck inside a turkey, to the winning team of the Thanksgiving game he called each year. His fear of flying leading him to travel across the country, logging 80,000 miles each year in a custom-built bus he named the Madden Cruiser, complete with a sauna, 2 bathrooms, and a full kitchen. And he would go on to become the namesake of a video game empire. John Madden was 85. No cause was given for Madden's death. He's survived by his wife of 62 years and 2 sons. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Right now it's 4:37, about 65 degrees.
Dealing with insurance claims following a major weather event in Texas, it can be annoying. We'll run down some ways to make it a little easier.
And from the Valero Alamo Bowl to the Spurs, there's a lot of sports action going on later today and tonight. Morning Sports is coming up next.
See if we can see anything outside with live cam at this time. A little better out there. If you're planning to head out, make sure you use your low beams and take it nice and slow. Katie is in for Mike. She'll have our forecast when we come back.
We are just hours away now from the Valero Alamo Bowl featuring the 10-2 Oklahoma Sooners and the 10-3 Oregon Ducks. Interim head coaches Bob Stoops and Brian McClendon got to pose with the Alamo Bowl trophy following their press conference yesterday at the Alamo Dome. The presser lasted nearly 35 minutes with both coaches having enough time to shower each other with compliments.
My compliments to Brian and his staff. And the Oregon football team. I was on hand to watch them beat Ohio State, and I mean they flat out beat them in the horseshoe. So a really strong, good football team.
It gives us a great challenge. Obviously, playing against an extremely good opponent that's as talented out there as anybody, and we got our hands. We got our work cut out. So, but again, just really thankful for this opportunity.
Now, according to some reports, Oregon could be down some 31 players tonight for various reasons. However, Coach McClendon says that's not true, but he's not sure how many of his guys will miss the game. And that was the scene over at Marriott River Center Ballroom for the on-location kickoff luncheon following the coach's presser at the Dome. Both bands and cheerleaders providing the pageantry before the players enjoyed some lunch. Ducks and Sooners will go at it tonight, 8:15. So it's a late start over at the Alamo Dome. It's being shown on ESPN. Oklahoma is the home team. Our San Antonio Spurs back in action tonight. The team will host the Miami Heat. Tip-off set for 7:30 over at the AT&T Center. Now to the second round of the 18 Marianas tournament at Central Catholic. Buttons taking on St. Michael's Crusaders out of Austin. Central Catholic up by 7 Adding to the lead, Joshua Dvorak knocks down a triple and the Buttons go up 40-30. Fourth quarter, Central is still in control. They go on a 6-0 run and 66-60 is the final. Central Catholic advances to today's championship game. Congratulations and good luck to our neighbors across the street here in the downtown area.
Go Buttons. All right, it's 4:42 and 66 degrees.
Still ahead, natural disasters have the potential to cause some major damage to your home. What you should do first before filing an insurance claim.
Up next, a warning from a mom who says her family's smart speaker told her child to try a challenge on TikTok. One mom is claiming that her family's smart speaker encouraged her child to try a potentially deadly challenge made popular on TikTok. ABC's Ariel Reshef has this morning's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, an Amazon Echo device giving a family a surprising response when Kristen Livedall and her 10-year-old daughter Ellie asked Alexa for a challenge.
I had been doing some YouTube challenges where it was a physical education teacher had made some challenges for kids to do, things like balancing a broomstick on your hand and your chin.
The device's answer alarming, suggesting the so-called outlet challenge, a dangerous trend popularized on TikTok.
What it actually told her to do was to plug a phone charger partway in and then touch the exposed palms with a penny.
And coming up at 7 a.m., how Amazon is responding and what parents can do to keep their kids safe. With your GMA First Look, I'm Ariel Reshef, ABC News, New York.
Well, here in Texas, we know all about damaging storms, high winds, flooding, and sometimes deep freezes.
And when your home is hit hard, that means filing an insurance claim. Ursula Perry has some ways to navigate the system.
We lost everything.
A lightning strike causing a fire that engulfed Angel Losato's home.
At that moment, you don't know what to do, how to react.
After making sure that everyone was okay, Angel called his homeowner's insurance agent and filed a claim. But what if damage to your house or property isn't this extensive?
We normally say don't file a claim for any damage that's below your deductible, but the exception is water damage.
That's because a small issue could signal a bigger, more expensive mess lurking in your walls or ceiling. It's important to document the damage. Just use your phone to take photos and videos. This will help you list items that were destroyed or need repair. And if you need to make repairs right away, keep the receipts to file with your claim. Next comes the walkthrough with the insurance adjuster. With the pandemic, some of these may be virtual, and sometimes your video and photos are enough. You'll then receive a settlement that outlines what your insurance will cover. If you think it's not enough,
if you feel that what you're offered isn't enough to cover all the damages, get another estimate to show your insurance company. And if you're denied anything, you should ask your insurer why.
And that was Ursula Perry reporting. Speaking of weather, Katie, it's been a mild couple of days, does not feel like December. You also have a very scary thing behind you.
Yes, this is yesterday's pollen count, and this mountain cedar count is the highest we've seen all season, and it's probably going to end up being one of the highest numbers this year. Just for some perspective, last year our highest reading was 21,900, so we're right there. The highest reading ever is up near 32,000. So at least we weren't there. But yes, this was a very scary number yesterday. Also yesterday, molds were moderate with a count of 940. We'll get today's pollen count in between about 7 and 9 a.m. As soon as I get it in, we'll post it on social media, and I'll also send out an alert to the KSAT Weather Authority app. So make sure you have that ready to go. Wouldn't be surprised to see molds at least stay moderate, maybe rise a little bit today because humidity is so high. We are socked into a lot of moisture out there, mid 60s in San Antonio, calm winds. That's leading to some dense fog. Temperatures low 70s down to the south and east of Bexar County, 63 in Hondo. 54 in Carrizo Springs. Even with these spreads and temperatures from the low 70s to the mid 50s, that's where everyone's dew points are as well. So across the board, our air temperatures are right there with our dew points. That's leading to the very high humidity, along with some light or calm winds. That's a perfect setup for fog and even some dense fog. So the areas in red, that's where dense fog is being reported. Visibility less than a quarter of a mile, and that can be a bit dangerous. So remember to use your low beam headlights if you encounter fog, and just take it easy out there on the roads. You may need to give yourself a little bit of extra time because of the fog. We've also got some mist out there. It's just not going to be the best morning for us here, but things will clear up as we get closer to lunchtime. Here's a look at how visibility will change through the morning. So I do expect we'll see the dense fog linger through 7 a.m., even in some locations through 9 a.m. But after that, as we get closer to lunchtime, the fog will lift and we'll start to see the clouds clear out as well. Speaking of the clouds, plenty of them out there this morning. They built back in overnight. We've also got some high clouds with us. Those will be with us into the afternoon. Some rain up in North Texas, up near the Concho Valley. That will not be moving into our area. So we're going to keep you rain free today, aside from the mist that will be around this morning. Looking at what we've got going on at the surface, an area of low pressure up in Oklahoma does have a cold front attached to it. That's not the strong cold front that gets here this weekend, but it does have a dry line attached to it. This dry line separates very humid air where we're sitting this morning from very dry air. And this will play a factor in our forecast as we head into this afternoon and tomorrow morning. So this dry line is going to try to work in today, but it will stall really across the middle of our area, essentially from Carrizo Springs up through San Antonio and New Braunfels. So for some of us, this will mean a drop in humidity this afternoon, this evening, and even through tomorrow morning. So we could have some patchy fog again tomorrow, well south of Highway 90, but I don't think we'll see nearly as much fog tomorrow morning because our humidity will be a little bit lower. But tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, that lifts back off to the north. We're socked into high humidity again for New Year's Eve. So New Year's Eve day and night are looking warm and humid. But look what happens to dew points this weekend. They tank even more, down in the teens and 20s this weekend behind the strong cold front that we've been talking about. So a very frigid air mass sits off to our north. It'll be here in a few days. So we've still got to wait until the weekend for this to arrive. But by Saturday afternoon, cold front will be to our north. It moves through during the evening. By Sunday, we only warm into the 50s. And then with clear skies, light winds, dry air Sunday night, I am forecasting San Antonio's first freeze for Monday morning. So something to keep in the back of your mind. Today, nothing like that. We are unseasonably warm once again after we clear out after this morning's gray and damp conditions. Big changes coming this weekend for the starts of the new year. It is going to be much colder, much drier. And again, I'm forecasting our first freeze for Monday morning of next week.
Okay. Our director, Kevin Heisen, asked me this morning, did you get some sun on vacation? And my answer is no. It's actually my skin reacting to the mountain cedar now that I've come home.
Yeah,
I can feel it. Yeah, itchy and irritated. Yeah.
Take plenty of Zyrtec. Just as a precaution.
I will arm myself. Katie, thank you. 4:52, about 66 degrees.
Still ahead, Mariah Carey may have not wanted a lot for Christmas, but she's getting gifts anyways, thanks to the Billboard chart.
Let's take a look at all your lottery numbers. This morning, pick 3, 977, Fireball 9. Daily 4 numbers, 7948, Fireball 2.
Catch 5, 6, 18, 23, 26, 30. Hear that Mega Millions. I don't believe there was a winner last night. Back now up to 221 million. 3, 5, 8, 31, 38. Mega Ball 4. Mega Plier 3.
This morning, another Hollywood actor gets COVID, plus Mariah Carey still getting gifts after Christmas.
The latest on what's happening in Hollywood, here's ABC's Jason Nathanson.
So I just wanted you to hear from me that I tested positive this morning for COVID.
Hugh Jackman, starring in The Music Man on Broadway, and the latest star to come down with COVID-19. The show's been put on hold until at least the new year. Jackman's co-star is also out with COVID. Jackman says on Twitter that his symptoms are mild.
A scratchy throat and a bit of a runny nose.
And it's not just Broadway. Hamilton in Los Angeles is closed through almost the end of January because of a COVID outbreak. A belated Christmas present for Star Wars fans, The Book of Boba Fett debuts today, the second Star Wars series to hit Disney Plus after the hugely successful The Mandalorian. Temuera Morrison stars as the title character, and yes, you see his face, alongside Ming-Na Wen. Episode 1 out today with a new episode to follow each weekday. Christmas may be over, but Mariah Carey still getting gifts. Her song, All I Want for Christmas Is You, tops the Billboard Hot 100 singles chart again. And since the chart is technically dated for January 1st, that makes the song number one in 2022, the fourth year it's hit number one, and no song has ever been number one in 4 different years. And cheers to Ted Danson. It's the sitcom star's birthday today. He's 74, while Glow and Community star Allison Brie is 39. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Los Angeles.
4:57 at 66 degrees.
Still ahead on GMSA this morning, why federal health officials are lowering the estimate of Omicron's prevalence in COVID cases.
Plus, the metaverse continues to attract celebrities like Paris Hilton. A look at how she's starting a new virtual business via a game that's popular with kids.
And Steven Cavazos is in the studio now. He'll have an update on TransGuide this morning. Traffic issues out there with dense fog pretty much showing up on every single camera this morning. We'll be back.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
I'm ABC's Em Wynn in Washington. The CDC is now revising just how prevalent the Omicron variant is in the U.S. That and the latest on COVID-19 coming up.
Outside with Live Cam, the major headline this morning, other than the fact it's unusually mild, is the fog is very dense in some places. Katie Blake is tracking all that for us right here on GMSA. And good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, the 29th.
Good morning. We're, that almost to the new year, but Christmas is over. Kind of that hump day holiday.
Have you started working on resolutions, or do you have a resolution not to make resolutions this year?
I never make resolutions. I try to.
I'm having deja vu to last year. Like we talked about this a year ago.
I hate resolutions. I'm just like, you know what? My goal is just to be in the moment. Mm-hmm. And actually, not to worry. I tend to worry a lot, in the pandemic, just exploded that.
You instantly created a resolution.
There you go.
Katie Blake is here with that, and an update on the fog situation out there. Too early for resolutions, or do you not mess with that stuff?
Yeah, I think I could also hop on the don't worry so much train. Like, let's not jump to the worst case scenario with everything.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. That's something I'm going to try to work on. Hey, yeah, it's still a little Christmassy. I'm not taking that tree down until someone pries it out of my cold fingers. It's pretty bleh out there this morning. If you do have to get out on the roads in just a little bit, no, you may run into some dense fog. Dense fog will be possible essentially all across the city and the county, and a good part of the metro area, too. Here's the latest visibility readings as of 5 a.m. Anywhere you see the red is dense fog. That's visibility less than a quarter of a mile. And that will be possible off and on at times this morning. Even with the fog not being technically dense, we've still got a lot of it out there. Visibility is down to still 0 miles at the airport, 0 miles in Hondo and Castroville as well. Dense fog advisory will be in effect until 10 o'clock this morning. This is for Bexar County, Guadalupe County, Comal County, Gonzales County, essentially a good chunk of the area. So until 10 a.m., until mid to late morning, some dense fog will be possible, so just keep that in mind if you'll be heading out in the next few hours. You may need to give yourself a little bit of extra time. On top of the fog, there's also some mist out there. Roadways will be just a touch damp, so yeah, you may need a little extra time for this morning's drive. 63 in Kerrville now, at 66 at the airport. We've got a lot of low cloud cover out there producing the mist along with the fog that we have in place. So overall, just kind of a messy bleh start to the day for us. Just like the past few days, we'll shake a lot of the grayness from the morning and clear out a bit this afternoon. I do expect, like yesterday, we'll hold on to a fair amount of high cloud cover. Nonetheless, still jumping into the upper 70s, well above average for this time of year. Light and variable winds for your Wednesday, and a slight drop in humidity by this evening. We'll talk more about that, and also the strong cold front that's still in the forecast for the weekend coming up in just a few minutes. Check back in with you guys soon.
Thank you, Katie. Well, it's definitely bleh from these TransGuide shots that we're taking a look at. 37 at Houston. Almost kind of spooky out there. We're supposed to be feeling a little bit more cheerful since it's technically still the holidays. But right now, as we're taking a look at TransGuide, very empty road, 1604 at Petrenko. You can see a very quiet corridor there. Loop 410 at Callahan. We have a few more folks out there in this particular shot at TransGuide. So as Katie was mentioning earlier, if you do have to head out the door, make sure you give yourself plenty of times. But thankfully, you're not going to encounter any issues at this hour on the roadways. Let's take a look at the map, though, because some of that dense fog that Katie was just mentioning is detected right here on a road weather map throughout the entire city. As we take a closer look into 410, we also are spotting a stalled vehicle this early in the morning off those southbound lanes at New Sulphur Springs Road. So watch out for that, especially with that fog in the area. Could make it difficult to see what's going on out there. But let's check out those inbound times if you have to travel to San Antonio in the next few moments. Right now from Boerne to downtown on I-10 in those eastbound lanes, we're looking at 25 minutes. Seeing a little bit of a slowdown coming in from Bulverde from 281 and southbound with 28 minutes at this hour and 25 on 35 in those southbound lanes coming in from New Braunfels. So we'll keep a close eye on the roads here. Again, very difficult shot to see exactly how the roads are really looking, but just make sure you take it easy. We're going to have more coming up in the next few minutes. Mark, Sarah.
Stephen, thank you very much. We'll catch up with you a little bit more later on. Now to late breaking news. San Antonio police responding to a shooting at a motel on the city's west side. We know one person has been shot.
Our Jonathan Cotto joins us live from the scene. Good morning, Jonathan. What's the latest?
Good morning, Sarah. Well, early wake-up call for the guests at this Motel 6 located on Southwest Loop 410. Now, we know the scene here is still very active. We've learned one man has been shot. He was taken to University Hospital in critical condition. Right now, police still investigating the scene. A number of evidence markers here by our count, about at least 5 shell casings in this parking lot. Now, police say the victim and a woman, both believed to be in their 30s, were walking back into the room when the victim's attention was directed outside to the parking lot, where he was confronted by 2 male suspects. Now, they say the woman heard the argument, then moments later, shots were fired. The victim was shot once in the leg and once in the back. We've learned he was able to go back into his room, and that's when the woman called 911, EMS quickly responding to the scene. Now, again, the victim was taken to University Hospital with life-threatening injuries. We've learned that witnesses say those 2 male suspects took off in a black car. Police right now are in search of that suspect, but until then, this scene remains under investigation. Reporting on the west side, Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
Jonathan, thank you for that report. This morning, the CDC is significantly revising just how prevalent it believes the Omicron variant is here in the U.S.
That's following an earlier announcement to shorten the recommended isolation time for those who are sick with the virus. ABC's M. Nguyen has the latest from Washington.
The CDC is significantly cutting down the estimated percentage of new COVID-19 infections in the U.S. caused by Omicron to about 59%, meaning the new variant only just now became the dominant strain. It dropped from the previously estimated 73%.
Omicron is almost definitely going to be completely dominant in the next few weeks regardless.
The U.S. confirms more than 440,000 new COVID-19 cases after a holiday reporting backlog, a single-day pandemic record. For children, 200,000 new cases last week, propelling pediatric hospitalizations up by 80%.
Our volumes are through the roof. We're seeing records amounts of patients, to the point where our hospitals are full. We have no beds.
And new data on the Omicron variant. The CDC now saying the incubation period for Omicron may be 3 days, as opposed to Delta's 4 and the original strain's 5 days.
It means less opportunity for asymptomatic spread, ultimately a shorter duration of the disease in general. But, this data is still based off of very few patients.
This as the CDC faces pushback for their announcement to shorten isolation time for asymptomatic COVID patients from 10 days to 5, followed by 5 days of masking. Dr. Jerome Adams, the former U.S. Surgeon General under President Trump, criticizing the CDC's decision to omit the recommendation for those individuals to take a COVID test prior to ending isolation, tweeting, quote, "This isn't about the best science. It's a compromise to keep the economy open in the face of inadequate tests." Dr. Anthony Fauci last night denied that a lack of tests played a role in the new CDC guidelines, but he acknowledged the administration has to do better with testing. M. Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
Here in Bexar County, COVID cases are still on the rise, and doctors at UT Health San Antonio lab are pointing the finger at Omicron. On December 17th, 1 out of every 4 test sequence was coming back as Omicron. Right now, Bexar County is only reporting 7 cases of Omicron, but at least one local doctor says that's because they can't sequence all tests.
Omicron can double in proportion so very, very quickly that we're not able to keep up with the day-to-day data of what's happening in real time.
According to the Texas Department of State Health Services website, it's the same statewide. The week of December 11th, Omicron accounted for nearly 25% of all cases. A week later, it nearly quadrupled to nearly 85% of COVID cases.
Children 5 and older are eligible for the vaccine. The clinic at the Wonderland of the Americas Mall will be open later today from 10 this morning till 6 o'clock this evening. The Alamo Dome is expected to open up tomorrow from noon to 8. You can also check your local pharmacy for vaccine availability. Right now, it is 5:09, about 66 degrees.
Still ahead, what the manager for LastPass is saying about passwords that were possibly leaked during a recent data breach.
And next, look, a unique way the San Antonio Food Bank is able to get healthy food to families that need it the most.
66 at 5:10 this morning. That fog is going to be out there. If you're going to be heading out soon, make sure you slow down, use your low beams. Katie Blake will let us know about that fog, today's forecast, and when we can expect our next cool front when we come back.
$5.13, from fresh fruits to healthy non-perishables, you can usually find what you need at the San Antonio Food Bank's Mobile Mercado food truck.
Their main goal is to fight food insecurity here in our city. People can just grab a bag and fill it with fruits and vegetables for free. The Mobile Mercado tries to target areas where people need it most.
It's tight for everybody right now, just with everything going on. So the prices are increasing in some places as well. So it really, really helps everybody in the community with all of their needs.
The food bank also has nutritionists available in the mobile truck to help families learn how to eat more healthy every day. The Mobile Mercado is also stationed at University Health System's parking lot on Tuesdays. We have more info on KSAT.com.
Now 5:14, about 66 degrees.
Still ahead, Paris Hilton is venturing out into the metaverse. We'll tell you about the unique business she is launching.
Plus, why Apple's handing out big bonuses to certain engineers.
Some of my best memories growing up were cooking with Mom. She always said, food is love. So when she moved in with us, a new kitchen became part of our financial plan. There was a dream. I want to make the most of every meal we have together.
At Northwestern Mutual, our version of financial planning helps you live your dreams today. Find a Northwestern Mutual advisor at nm.com.
All the serums out there, this is the #1 in the world.
Revitalift Hyaluronic Acid Serum from L'Oreal. It seriously hydrates to visibly replump skin and reduces wrinkles. Effective for all skin tones. Revitalift Hyaluronic Acid Serum from L'Oreal Paris.
In today's Tech Bites, a security scare for a password management company. LastPass users say they were notified of unauthorized login attempts. However, the company now says no accounts have been compromised. One company official claims that some of the alerts were likely triggered by mistake. Paris Hilton is hosting a New Year's Eve celebration in the metaverse. The reality star has created a virtual island on Roblox, the online game platform. Visitors can drop by Paris World to check out her DJing avatar or tour the digital replica of her Beverly Hills mansion. Finally, Apple has reportedly paid some of its engineers big stock bonuses to keep them from defecting to other tech companies. Some are receiving bonuses up to $180,000. It comes after Meta, the parent company of Facebook, hired dozens of Apple engineers in recent months. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
Yeah, I was reading about that last night. Apparently there's this mass migration of talent from Apple over to Meta now.
Oh, the metaverse.
But Apple has the money to retain some folks, too.
Oh, I'm sure they have a little bit of money. Stephen, do you ever think that there's going to be traffic in the metaverse? Are you going to be reporting on metaverse traffic?
I'm trying to, wrap my mind around the fact that Paris Hilton's hosting a New Year's Eve party. How do I go, and when will she be DJing?
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. I mean, that'd be cool to check out. But yes, hopefully no traffic in the metaverse. But right now, we're spotting a few vehicles out there here in the real world. 221 at Nakoma. It's pretty empty, but again, we see a few folks out there getting their morning started early with us, hopefully going to grab some coffee this early. But right now, not a lot of issues out there. But as we take a look at our road weather map, as Katie was mentioning earlier in the newscast, we have a lot of that dense fog there. But taking a closer look into 410, this stall still presenting an issue off 410 southbound at New Sulphur Springs Road. So again, watch out for that. Check those vehicles. Make sure that they're working properly before you get out on the road, especially with conditions like this this early in the morning. Now, we talk a lot about the new year. It's coming up in a few days, really. But if you plan to celebrate, before you pop that bottle of champagne, keep in mind there are some consequences you could face if you are not taking it safe or making the right choices. Now, we're going to take a look at this right now early in the morning. The first DUI offense if you're under the age of 21. And some of the possible consequences you could face are up to a $500 fine if you're under 17, $2,000 fine if you are between the age of 17 and 20. You could also lose your driver's license from 60 days up to 1 year, 20 to 40 hours of community service, and also mandatory alcohol awareness classes. Now, this is according to drivesober.org. So again, make sure you're following the rules of the road. Parents, make sure you're giving your kids the right advice before they head out there and celebrate the new year. We're going to take a look at consequences you could face when you're 21 or over. And let me tell you this, it's not a great way to start the new year having a DUI, guys. We're going to have more coming up later this morning.
So glad you're sending that message, Stephen. Thank you.
Katie, this fog, it's kind of like a Groundhog Day the last 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, we haven't had it really dense here in the city for the past couple of days. We had some patchy fog around town Monday. Yesterday it was really west of I-35, but today in and around Bexar County, we do have some areas of dense fog. Visibility is still at 0 at the airport. Also 0 at Stinson, 0 miles from Hondo to Castroville. So essentially, all around the metro, you could run into some dense fog. There are also areas of dense fog west of 35, Cotulla, Uvalde, and Rock Springs. Your visibility right now this morning is also at 0. So things will stay gray, foggy, and a little damp through late morning. We have a little mist out there too, so that along with the fog could slow you down a bit on your morning drive. By lunchtime, starting to clear up, starting to warm up too. Today will be another warm day. High temperatures, upper 70s. Our average high this time of year is in the low 60s, so we're much warmer than we normally would be for this time of year. This evening, temperatures falling into the 60s. Sun goes down right about 5:45. Current temperature 61 in Rock Springs, 54 Carrizo Springs, 70 in Pleasanton. So we've got a little spread in our temperatures, but everywhere the dew point is also right where the air temperature is, and that's what's leading to the fog this morning. A quick look back at December. We've got a few days left in the month, and it has been a very warm month. Your mind has not been playing tricks on you. So far, December is about 9.6 degrees above average. Each red box here on the calendar is a day where our temperatures were above average for this time of year, and with the exception of 4 days just before Christmas, really, each day this month has been above average. Reason for that, in short, has to do with the influence of La Nina on our weather across North America. La Nina in the winter months typically spells dry and warmer than normal conditions for us here in Texas, and that's because the jet stream gets stuck off to the north across Canada, and that colder air spilling down from Canada and the Arctic. Those instances are fewer and farther between when La Nina is steering our weather. We'll continue to see above average temperatures through New Year's Day, but big changes arrive on January 2nd and 3rd. Much colder weather will eventually make its way down to Texas. So check out the temperatures across the country this morning. 25 in Boise, 17 below in Bismarck, North Dakota. So there is a very cold air mass sitting across the northern tier of the U.S. and in Canada. And over the next few days, by the weekend, it will break south and drop down across the U.S. Saturday, New Year's Day, we will still be warm because the front will still be off to our north. However, it will move through Saturday evening, Saturday night. That cools us down significantly by Sunday. Afternoon highs expected to be limited to the 50s on Sunday, and then Sunday night into Monday morning with clear skies, light winds, and bone dry air. We are expecting temperatures to bottom out for a lot of us in the 30s, and a freeze possible here north of this pink line. That does include San Antonio and parts of Bexar County. For the airport, this would be our first freeze of the season. Parts of the hill country, even Hondo, Uvalde, you guys have already seen your first freeze. But at the airport, formally, we've not had a freeze yet, but that will be possible as we get into Monday morning of next week. Some other changes with this front coming through. Very windy Saturday night into Sunday. Bone dry air. Dew points will be down in the teens. That is very, very frigid, dry air, and that's part of the reason why we'll likely see our temperatures bottom out near the freezing mark Monday morning. As far as New Year's Eve goes, I do want to touch on that forecast. I'll have that coming up next half hour. It does look like overall warm and humid, but rain won't be an issue Friday night.
There's a lot to digest there.
Yes, there is.
That 32. Wow. Such a change.
I know. That's how we like, it's all or nothing, right?
That's what we like to do in South Texas. Thank you, Katie.
Thank you very much. Right now, 524, about 66 degrees.
Well, just ahead in your morning spotlight, legendary Wolverine actor Hugh Jackman has COVID, plus Spider-Man continues to rake in money at the box office.
Now it is time for a look at the top headlines in the world of entertainment.
Here's CNN's Douglas Hyde with today's Hollywood Minute.
New York City's COVID surge continues to impact major Broadway productions. The Music Man is canceling performances until January 1st after leading man Hugh Jackman tested positive for the virus. Jackman says he has mild symptoms and that as soon as he's cleared, he'll be back on stage and heading to River City.
Just see those sleigh bells jingle and ring, tingle, tingling too. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you.
The Ronettes' holiday classic Sleigh Ride re-entered the charts this year and has them back in the top 10 for the first time in 58 years. That's the longest gap between top 10 hits ever. The legendary girl group's last big hit was Be My Baby way back in 1963. Spider-Man No Way Home keeps swinging to new heights. It just crossed the $500 million mark at the box office in the US and Canada, and in total has already made more than $1 billion worldwide. In Hollywood, I'm Douglas Hyde.
528, about 67 degrees.
Still ahead on GMSA. Now that we're just days away from 2022, we'll take a closer look at how the Omicron variant is messing with economic recovery.
Plus, need a new furry friend to keep you warm during the upcoming colder weather. The Animal Defense League is standing by with a pet just for you. Making headlines this morning, an update on how the economy is reacting to the recent spike in Omicron variant cases.
67 degrees at 5:31 this morning. You really can't see much out there with the cameras because the fog is the story this morning. Again, Katie is in. She'll let us know about that fog and when we can anticipate that cold front in just a couple of days.
Good morning. It's Wednesday, December 29th, and we were joking earlier at the newscast. This is that weird time of year between Christmas and New Year's where we're not sure what day it is, what you have going on, that kind of thing.
You're living in your fuzzy pants or sweatpants. I put on my fuzzy pants yesterday, and I
was just going to say, you've revealed a lot of information in a very short amount of time, Sarah.
Yeah, well, I'm an open book here. But I was wearing my fuzzy pants, and I posted something on Instagram, not realizing I was wearing my fuzzy pants. And someone was like, "Are you wearing fuzzy pants?" Yes, I'm wearing fuzzy pants. It's the middle of the holiday week, Katie Blake.
Let us not judge one another for wearing fuzzy pants. Come on. We're stretchy pants this time of year, I mean.
Yeah. Well, they were fuzzy and stretchy.
Give each other a little bit of grace, man.
Stephen and I are staying out of this.
Hey, fuzzy pants, warm pants, sweatpants, comfortable inside with the AC. Probably be a lot more comfortable by the weekend, second half of the weekend, as we cool down. So sweater weather will be back, and we'll talk about that coming up in just a little bit. First things first, this morning we've got some dense fog across the area, not just around San Antonio and Bexar County, but also off to the west of 35, up I-35 to New Braunfels in Comal County. So if you'll be heading out in the next few hours, keep in mind you could run into some dense fog. Make sure you are using those low beam headlights. A dense fog advisory will be in place until 10 o'clock this morning, and this is for a good portion of the area, including Bexar County, Comal County, Guadalupe County, Kendall County as well, all the way over to the border, Eagle Pass and Maverick County. You guys are also under a dense fog advisory until late this morning. Temperature-wise, much warmer than average for this time of year. Keep in mind our afternoon highs are in the low 60s. We are already warmer than that first thing this morning. 66 at the airport, also 66 in Castroville. Temperatures will stay pretty steady for the rest of the morning because of the clouds, mist, and fog that we have in place. But as we get closer to lunchtime, things will start to clear up, and that'll lead us into another warm day today. We do have a drop in humidity for some coming later today and tomorrow morning. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about your New Year's Eve forecast for any evening festivities you may have. And we'll also touch on the strong cold front in the forecast for Saturday evening in just a little bit. So we do have some areas of dense fog this morning. Stephen, from the camera here at the airport, it's looking like visibility is a little bit better, but it should be probably pretty touch and go for the rest of the morning.
Yeah, and we will obviously want to encourage that drivers are taking it slow and using those low beams, as you mentioned, Katie. 35 in New Braunfels. It looks like we got a busier shot here with a few more folks getting their morning started early with us, but you see there 37 at Houston is still relatively quiet, pretty much empty there at 37 at South Cross Boulevard. Now, although these cameras at TransGuide are showing some quiet roads, that doesn't mean that it's necessarily issue free. Let's go ahead and take you right to the map because we do see some of that dense fog, as Katie was mentioning. But as we move further in there, we do have a crash to talk about off of 410 southbound at FM 78th. This just popped up on the TxDOT website, so you got to use caution out there because we're not sure what caused this crash, but we're sure that these foggy conditions don't make it easier to navigate. So again, take it slow out on the roads. Taking a jump down here, we still have this stall off Loop 410 southbound at New Sulphur Springs Road. That's been there for quite a while, so I'm starting to think it could just be an abandoned vehicle, but we're starting to see a few more of those stalls popping up. I saw one just off of 35, so again, watch out for that. But if you're going to be driving into San Antonio from I-10 coming in from Seguin, still pretty green with 30 minutes at this hour. Lavernia to downtown on the northbound lanes is 22 minutes. Right now we're looking at 28 minutes coming in from Flotusville on 37. So just take it slow. The issues aren't very widespread, but we are starting to see them pop up as the morning does get going. We're going to continue to keep a watchful eye on the roads, but as always, keep your eyes on the road as well. Mark, Sarah?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Stephen. Updating late-breaking news. Shots rang out at a Motel 6 on the west side overnight, and we now know one man has been shot and is facing life-threatening injuries.
Our Jonathan Cotto joins us live from the scene. Good morning, Jonathan. Do police have any information on suspects?
Good morning, Sarah. Right now, the only information police have is what witnesses are telling them, that two suspects involved took off in a black car. Right now, they have other patrol units searching for those two suspects. And as you can see still here, the scene is still very active. Police officers are searching the room right now where the man and the woman were staying. We know that the victim and woman, both believed to be in their 30s, were walking back into the room when the victim's attention was directed outside to the parking lot where he was confronted by two male suspects. Now, they say there was a verbal argument that was followed by gunfire. The victim was shot once in the leg and once in the back. We've learned he was able to go back into his room. That's the room there at the distance. The woman quickly calling 911, EMS responding to the scene. And again, Mark, Sarah, the victim was taken to University Hospital. We're learning that he is in critical condition. Right now, police are searching for those two suspects, again, said to be in a black vehicle. Reporting on the west side, Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
Jonathan, thank you for the update. Right now, it's exactly 5:37. We're just days away from the new year, and the number of new COVID cases is interfering with America's economic recovery.
As CNN's Bert Connery reports, economists worry that we're in for a weak start to the new year.
Thousands of flights canceled. Back to the office plans shelved. College football bowl games called off. Broadway shows shutting down. Restaurants slowing down. Another COVID-fueled economic crunch, with rising cases raising safety concerns and hitting the workforce. All while the supply and demand balance remains out of whack. GasBuddy.com predicts the national average for gas prices could flirt with the $4 mark by Memorial Day. And agricultural analysts don't think we're going to get much of a break at this supermarket either. Between pent-up demand, high shipping costs, and bad weather, food prices aren't expected to go down anytime soon. Of course, these are all just predictions, but economists who have downgraded their forecast for early 2022 say they're keeping a close eye on COVID-19 and Capitol Hill.
The big part of the Build Back Better agenda is the child tax credit, and that expires at the end of this year. And so folks, the families with children that are getting that tax credit won't get that money early next year, and that'll hurt. And of course, this combined with Omicron means that the growth going into next year will be weaker than previously anticipated.
I'm Britt Conway reporting.
The former co-owner of Schlitterbahn Water Park in Kansas, where a young boy died on one of its rides, has pleaded guilty to a felony drug charge. Jeff Henry is scheduled to be sentenced March 4th after he pleaded guilty on December 16th to possessing methamphetamines with the intent to distribute. Prosecutors say Henry was in Kansas in 2018 when police found drugs and an alleged sex worker in his hotel. At the time, Henry was facing second-degree murder charges for the death of 10-year-old Caleb Schwab on a Schlitterbahn water slide in Kansas City. Those charges in that case, were later dismissed.
A driver suspected in a hit and run in South Florida that killed 2 kids and injured 4 others is now under arrest. 27-year-old Sean Charles Greer faces multiple charges, including leaving the scene of the accident involving death. Police say he confessed to his involvement in the crash just north of Fort Lauderdale. Police say a car failed to let a bus in front of it merge back into a lane. The driver passed the bus, then veered off the road and onto a sidewalk, hitting multiple children. 2 kids, ages 5 and 6, were pronounced dead at the scene.
Cruise ships carrying passengers who test positive for COVID-19 will be allowed to dock in Mexican ports. People who test positive for COVID or have any symptoms will also be able to receive medical attention in Mexico. Those who have stronger symptoms will be taken to local hospitals. Health Department says passengers or crew who do not show symptoms will be allowed to go ashore as normal.
540 at 67 degrees.
Still ahead, why you may see fewer surprise medical bills in the mail in 2022.
And up next, we'll tell you about tonight's big Powerball jackpot. That would be nice. That would be a nice way to ring in the new year.
But right now, we are dealing with getting our Wednesday started, and we're outside right now with live cam looking at all that fog out there. Katie will get us updated, and we look ahead to the New Year's weekend. We'll be right back.
In your morning consumer headlines, someone could kick off the new year as a multimillionaire. The Powerball has hit its 3rd highest jackpot of the year. There were no winners Monday night. That means the estimated jackpot increases to $441 million. The next Powerball drawing is tonight. If someone wins, they could receive a lump sum cash out of just, $317.5 million, or choose to receive the entire $441 million in 30 payments made over 29 years.
Americans will have one less health care headache in 2022 thanks to the No Surprises Act. The new law bans most unexpected medical charges from out-of-network providers. It's scheduled to go into effect January 1st. Federal estimates predict it will apply to about 10 million surprise bills a year. Consumers will be responsible only for their in-network cost sharing in these situations. The rule applies to nearly all private health plans offered by employers.
Well, if you're trying to snag an Xbox Series X, you might try Costco. Microsoft's hard-to-get gaming console is back in stock for members only. The bundle includes the Xbox console and an additional controller for $550, even a year after its initial release. The Series X sells out within minutes of being restocked. Microsoft says it's working to expedite production and shipping, but it's having trouble keeping up with demand.
I'm still looking for the original Atari and Raiders of the Lost Ark, and I hear the other hot game is E.T. Do you remember that one at all?
Yeah. I think I saw that.
Oh, I got a laugh out of Chris, too. This one. That's good. 544, about 67 degrees.
Up next, our friends from the Animal Defense League are standing by with a pet that's ready for a new home for the new year.
Look at that's a face. Oh, look at that with all the wrinkles in there. Perfect for the new year. Michelle is here from the Animal Defense League. And who is this guy? He just looks like he's going to go, hello.
Yes. This is Otis Meyer. So he is a 2-year-old Shar-Pei mix, if you can't tell from the little scrunchy face. He's available for adoption at our Nacogdoches campus, and he's actually been with us for a while. We brought him in September, but he wasn't feeling too good, so he's been in our clinic. But he's now available for adoption and looking to go home.
He's got the Shar-Pei wrinkles, but his body almost like a boxer or something like that.
He's got some other stuff in there for sure. I'd be interested to see what his DNA would be.
How are you? Oh, yes,
He's
indeed.
He's such a sweetheart.
He is inquisitive. And then all of a sudden, Michelle said, sit. He did that perfectly on command.
I learned that he knew that today.
Inland should be scratched behind the ears. So what you got going up on the new year?
Well, we really just want to tell everyone thank you guys for, adopting, volunteering, donating this past year. This is one of our most successful years that we've had. So we just want to thank everyone. everyone. We're really appreciative for all of our supporters in San Antonio, and just encourage you guys to keep helping us out and keep helping the babies that are looking for their forever home.
Okay, yeah, New Year, but there's still a lot to be adopted out there, and still they can use a lot of volunteers, a lot of donations, and head on over there to the 11300 Nacogdoches location or the Paul Jolly Center across from the zoo. And this guy, of course, is up for adoption, and you can find out more about that at 655-1481. Happy New Year, dear.
Happy New Year.
That boy is a precious one.
Yes, indeed. Just about 5:49 on your Wednesday morning.
Hey, Stephen Cavazos is back after having 2 days off.
That guy.
Hey, I heard you got an espresso from Santa.
Yes.
I'm caffeinated.
I'm very caffeinated this morning. And let me tell you, I must have been on the nice list this year, so I'm very pleased to say that. So shout out to all the good people out there. Right.
Yay to be good.
Well, you know what? I may have been good this year, but let's hope for some good drivers out on the roadway this morning. Let's take a closer look at the road. 410 at Starcrest. We've been seeing some quiet shots at TransGuide. Not looking too bad, but it does look a little ominous out there with that dense fog that Katie's been talking about throughout the morning. It almost reminds me of that Stephen King movie, The Mist. But we're not seeing any monsters out there just yet. But we've spotted a few problems. We had a crash earlier that we told you about that looked like it cleared off of 35 or 410, I should say. But we still have this stall that popped up off of I-10 westbound at Ralph Fair Road. This seems to be the trend of the morning. We've been seeing those stalls coming in and clearing out. So thankfully, our first responders are working pretty quickly. But obviously, these conditions don't make it any easier. As we take a look at the road weather map, we do see a lot of that fog still spread throughout the city along 1604 and 410 and along the I-10 and 35 corridor. So take it easy out on the roadways. Now, we talked about New Year's Eve coming up, and although it's quiet right now, we can probably expect a few more drivers out there celebrating the new year, maybe popping that bottle of champagne. But if you are not planning accordingly, you could face some serious consequences. So let's go ahead and take a look at this information provided to us by soberrides.org. Now, if this is a first DWI offense, if you're over 21, some of those possible consequences include up to 6 months behind bars, $250 to a $2,000 fine, and you could lose your driver's license for up to 2 years, and potential criminal penalties you could also face. So make sure you're making the right choices this New Year's Eve. If you plan on celebrating and bringing in the new year, you want to make sure you do it the right way. Guys.
Thank you, Stephen. Real quick, my favorite gift this year looked like it was a rock. It looked like obsidian, volcanic obsidian. Oh. No, it's coal. It was coal. It's been to a high polish. Yes, but I got a lump of coal this year.
Fancy. Oh,
nice. Back? I'm so proud of myself.
For you.
Katie, getting good gifts?
My husband and I gifted ourselves a king bed. We upgraded from queen to king, so that was like the best gift ever.
Very nice.
Very adult.
Love it. Plenty of room for Theo the cat now. He's happy too. A little messy out there this morning. Our temperatures for a lot of us are in the 60s. We've got some low 70s off to the east of 35, 55 Carrizo Springs. So a little spread in our temperatures, but everywhere the dew point is very close to where the air temperature is. So that's really saturated air, and that's leading to the fog this morning. Now, even on Stephen's TransGuide shots on live cam, things were looking a lot worse as far as visibility goes about an hour ago. But I do expect through the course of the morning, through mid to late morning, this dense fog will kind of come and go all across South and Central Texas, especially along 35 and then off to the west. This red color is where we have the densest fog currently, but just keep in mind through mid to late morning, dense fog, mist, some patchy drizzle will be possible, so a gray damp start to the day. Clearing into the afternoon, I do expect we'll hold on to a fair amount of high cloud cover similar to yesterday. Nonetheless, we warm up nicely this afternoon with a high temperature in the upper 70s. So plenty of clouds this morning. No rain though, really, aside from the mist that we've got in place. There is some more rain across portions of the Concho Valley into North Texas. I don't expect any of that to affect our area today. We'll just be left with the mist and fog this morning. There's a low pressure system over Oklahoma, a cold front there. That's not the strong cold front we anticipate this weekend. That'll be a different system in a few days. But what will really affect our forecast here locally is this yellow line. This is called a dry line, and it separates very muggy, humid air from very dry air. So we're sitting on the humid side currently this morning. What will happen today is this dry line is going to try to move through. It's going to get hung up almost kind of right along the I-35 corridor. So this will drop humidity for some of us through the afternoon and the evening. This will hang around through tomorrow morning. So this time tomorrow, I don't anticipate The fog that we're seeing this morning, we should get a break from that tomorrow morning because of a slight drop in humidity. However, by tomorrow night and into Friday, New Year's Eve, humidity will surge back up and we'll be left with warm and humid conditions for your New Year's Eve evening and night. So starting at 8 p.m., still near 70 degrees with high humidity. A lot of high cloud cover I expect as we get into New Year's Eve. Rain won't be an issue, but there will be a decent amount of cloud cover around, warm and muggy conditions as well. As we get into New Year's Day, still warm, but our strong cold front arrives in the evening. Things turn windy Saturday night into Sunday. And look at that temperature drop from Saturday to Sunday. A much colder air mass, a much drier air mass moves in. With clear skies and light winds Sunday night into Monday morning, I do anticipate the first freeze for the San Antonio area early next week. We'll be right back.
Good morning. Coming up on GMA, the latest on the surging COVID cases around the country, nearing daily record averages with Omicron and Delta surging amid new concern about an at-home test and if they're detecting a new variant well. CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky joins us with the latest on the decision to cut isolation times and more. That plus much more coming up right here on GMA. We'll see you soon.
Have you had your fill of tamales yet? It's a food you're likely to see more often this time of year. But how did the tradition come about? Our digital newscast, KSAT News Now, tackles that very topic. You can watch the episode right now on our website at ksat.com. Ahead in the next hour of GMSA on your Wednesday, our If These Walls Could Talk series continues with a story about an artistic tribute to our San Antonio Spurs. We'll have that story. And a man fighting for his life right now after a shooting at a West Side motel. Jonathan Cotto staying on top of this story will join us live with the very latest. And fog is the main issue. Katie's got us covered there. And Stephen is back in studio after the holiday break, tracking things here with our friends over at TransGuide. Some of these, it looks like the fog may be improving a little bit, but that's just my observation. We'll check in with you coming up here at the top of the hour.
San Antonio police investigating a shooting at a Motel 6, leaving one man fighting for his life. Details on what exactly took place here this morning coming up next.
I'm ABC's Em Nguyen in Washington. The CDC is now revising just how prevalent the Omicron variant is in the U.S. That and the latest on COVID-19 coming up.
The sports world is remembering NFL legend John Madden. The coach and broadcaster passed away at the age of 85. We'll have more.
You're just waking up at 6 a.m., 67 degrees. It's another foggy start to the day. Stephen will let us know about any traffic incidents. And Katie, Blake is in for Mike this morning.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And a good morning to you. Rise and shine. It is Wednesday, December 29th.
So happy to be here on this hump day, holiday hump day. You know, you were saying a lot of people don't know what day it is if you're still off and enjoying your holiday.
So it is officially Wednesday. We're not quite to New Year's. And the main issue out there as you hit the road this morning, if you have to go anywhere, is going to be the fog and some mist. Where are we at with that right now, Katie?
It looks like it's getting a little bit better just from the view on our cameras. You said that a few minutes ago. I think that's right, because at 4:30 at the top of the show, our view, our camera over by the airport at 410, it was very hard to even make out the roof of Whataburger. That's what I use to kind of gauge the visibility sometimes. And it's much easier to see that now. Nonetheless, some dense fog will be possible essentially through mid to late morning, not just around the city and Bexar County, but also along and west of 35. So if you'll be heading out in the next hour or so, keep in mind you may run into a little bit of dense fog. And we've also had some mist this morning, so it's just kind of a bleh morning. If you get to stay in your PJs, I'm a little jealous of you. Dense fog advisory until 10 a.m. for all the counties in gray. That's a good portion of the area. So if you live in one of these counties that's essentially along and west of 35, you could run into some dense fog this morning. So we're starting the day gray once again. A lot of clouds out there too. Temperature-wise, a lot of us are in the 60s at 63 in Kerrville, 64 in Hondo, 64 at Randolph. Much warmer than we should be this time of year at this time of day. As we head into the afternoon, we'll warm up once again. We'll shake a lot of these low clouds. The fog will clear up and we'll jump up to the upper 70s today. Winds light and variable, and a little drop in humidity coming for some of us this afternoon and this evening. The big story, though, the most noticeable changes in your 7-day forecast come in the first 2 days of 2022. New Year's Day will still be a warm day. Short sleeves are in order all the way through Saturday. But by Sunday, you'll want to pull the jacket or sweater back out. We've got a strong front moving through Saturday evening. We'll talk about that and more coming up in a bit. Now let's get a regetting check of the roadways. Check of the roadways. Yes, Stephen.
Yes. You know what? It's been quiet up until now. We haven't really been seeing a lot of issues out there from these TransGuide shots. But now check out 410 at Starcrest. We have some flashing lights out there. Looks like this could be on the Axis Road. Some of that dense fog that Katie's been talking about throughout the morning has been plaguing these shots of TransGuide. So it's obviously made it a little bit difficult to see the roadway conditions. But we can see that obviously we have a few more folks out there this morning. And of course, those flashing lights, whenever you see them, you know what to do. Move over or slow down. We'll find out what's going on there in a bit. But let's take you right to the map because stalls seem to be the trending issue at this hour. I-10 westbound at Ralph Fair Road. We told you about this stall a little bit earlier in the newscast. That's still been detected there. But let's take a jump right over here to 1604 eastbound at Hosman Road, where another stall has popped up. So again, this has been the problem throughout the morning. Pairing with that dense fog, not necessarily the best way to start the morning when we are seeing these kind of conditions out on the roadway. So as Katie was mentioning, if you got to stay home, that's great. Good for you. A little jealous. But if you have to head out the door, just make sure you are driving carefully. Use those low beams. We're going to continue to watch these conditions throughout the morning. But right now, if you have to travel into San Antonio, pleasant drive from Pleasanton on 37 northbound with 28 minutes, 19 minutes from eastbound Castroville to downtown San Antonio with 19 minutes on Highway 90 and 16 minutes on 35 from Lytle, 17 just now. But 410 at Starcrest, we'll find out what's going on there. But as always, make sure you take it easy out there this morning. Mark, Sarah.
Thank you, Stephen. We go now to late breaking news from the city's west side, where we know at least one man was shot and is facing life-threatening injuries.
It happened at Motel 6 just outside of Southwest Loop 410 near Highway 90. Our Jonathan Cotto joins us live from the scene now. Jonathan, do we know anything about the suspects involved in this shooting?
Good morning, Mark and Sarah. Well, right now, Shirley, this is not what guests here at this Motel 6 were expecting when they checked in. Information or those details are limited, but we do know, police tell us, witnesses say they saw those two male suspects involved in the shooting take off in a black car. Right now, officers are combing through this area and looking for them. Now, all this happened around 4 o'clock this morning. Police say a man and a woman, both believed to be in their 30s, were walking to the room when that man was confronted by the two male suspects. That's when we're told there was an argument that escalated into gunfire. Now, the victim was shot once in the leg and once in the back. We learned he was able to go back into his room. That's when the woman called 911. Now, the victim was taken to University Hospital. We're told he is in critical condition. Again, this shooting remains under investigation. Reporting on the west side, Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
A fired Bexar County Sheriff's Office lieutenant is not getting her job back. This comes after an arbitrator sided with the Sheriff's Office when she appealed her termination. Lieutenant Roxanne Mathai was fired earlier this year after she posted pictures of herself attending a protest at the U.S. Capitol on January 6, which turned into a deadly riot. Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar handed her an order of dismissal in June, but Mathai appealed the decision. The case was argued before an arbitrator where she explained that being there allowed her to be present for a, quote, historic event, end quote.
COVID-19 cases on the rise here in Bexar County, and doctors at the UT Health San Antonio lab are pointing the finger at Omicron. On December 17th, 1 out of 4 tests sequenced was coming back as Omicron. Right now, Bexar County is only reporting 7 cases of Omicron, but at least one local doctor says that's because they cannot sequence all the tests.
Omicron can double in proportion so very, very quickly that we're not able to keep up with the day-to-day data of what's happening in real time.
Dr. David says the number of Omicron cases sequenced is not as significant as the percentage. According to the Texas Department of State Health Services website, it's the same statewide. During the week of December 11th, Omicron accounted for nearly 25% of cases. A week later, it nearly quadrupled to almost 85% of COVID-19 cases.
Still, most health experts say the vaccine is your best protection against coronavirus. Children 5 and older eligible for the vaccine. There's a clinic at Wonderland of the Americas Mall. It'll run from 10 this morning till 6 this evening. Tomorrow, the Dome is back open, expected to be open from noon to 8 p.m. for vaccines. You can also check your local pharmacy for vaccine availability. The CDC is now significantly revising just how prevalent it believes the Omicron variant is here in the U.S.
The agency also facing backlash on an earlier announcement to shorten the recommended isolation time for those sick with the virus.
ABC's Em Nguyen has the latest from Washington.
Good morning. We're learning more about the highly contagious Omicron variant, including how early data suggests that the COVID antigen test may have reduced sensitivity to the new strain, though it still does detect it.
The CDC is significantly cutting down the estimated percentage of new COVID-19 infections in the U.S. caused by Omicron to about 59%, meaning the new variant only just now became the dominant strain. The U.S. confirms more than 440,000 new COVID-19 cases after a holiday reporting backlog, a single-day pandemic record. For children, 200,000 new cases last week, propelling pediatric hospitalizations up by 80%.
Our volumes are through the roof. We're seeing records amounts of patients to the point where our hospitals are full. We have no beds.
And new data on the Omicron variant. The CDC now saying the incubation period for Omicron may be 3 days, as opposed to Delta's 4 and the original strain's 5 days.
It means less opportunity for asymptomatic spread, ultimately a shorter duration of the disease in general. But, this data is still based off of very few patients.
Dr. Anthony Fauci last night denied that a lack of tests played a role in the new CDC guidelines, but he acknowledged the administration has to do better with testing. Em Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
The suspect in the deadly 2019 shooting at a Southern California synagogue has been sentenced to a second life sentence. According to the Department of Justice, John T. Ernest faces life plus 30 years behind bars. Ernest previously pleaded the death penalty under a plea agreement in July. Ernest, who was 19 at the time, shot and killed one and injured 3 others, including a rabbi and an 8-year-old girl, as they worshiped inside synagogue in the San Diego area. There were more than 4 people inside the synagogue at that time.
This morning, many Americans mourning former Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid, who died yesterday at the age of 82. Reid's wife says her husband died peacefully after a 4-year battle with pancreatic cancer. Reid, a Democrat from Nevada, led the Senate under 2 presidents, Republican George W. Bush and Democrat Barack Obama. Reid retired in 2016. President Biden hailed Reid as a dear friend.
An NFL legend, John Madden, has died at the age of 85. The league said he died unexpectedly and did not detail a cause. Madden gained fame as head coach of the renegade Oakland Raiders from 1969 to 1978, winning Super Bowl 11. But he became a household name when he turned broadcaster and colorful commentator, and he became the face of Madden NFL Football, one of the most successful sports video games of all time. Ahead in our next half hour GMSA, we're going to have more on John Madden's life and legacy.
Right now, 10 minutes past the hour, about 67 degrees.
Still ahead on GMSA, a security scare for a password management company will tell you if any accounts were hacked.
Outside with live cam, waking up on this Wednesday morning. The fog kind of hanging around. We had some mist earlier, enough to get the windshield wipers going here or there. Please be careful out there. Slow down if you can and give yourself plenty of distance between you and other drivers. We'll check back in with Katie and Stephen coming up. Welcome back. Approaching 6:15 in today's Tech Bites. Security scare for a password management company. LastPass users say they were notified of unauthorized login attempts. However, the company now says no accounts have been compromised. One company official claims some of the alerts were likely triggered by mistake.
Apple has reportedly paid some of its engineers big stock bonuses to keep them from defecting to other tech companies. Some are receiving bonuses up to $180,000. It comes after Meta, the parent company of Facebook, hired dozens of Apple engineers in recent months.
It is now exactly 6:15.
Hey, Stephen, any incidents out there with the fog? I see some flashing lights behind you.
Yeah, we are spotting this issue off 410 at Starcrest. Mark, Sarah, let's take a closer look and see what we're looking at. Very foggy still, tough to make out exactly what we're seeing. Right now, TxDOT has not listed this incident. However, we know that the San Antonio Fire page has posted this as a crash. So this does look like it's on the access road, so it's not impacting any of the traffic that's on the highway just yet. But we're going to watch this very closely throughout the morning. We're not sure which direction this could be in, but either other way, you see those flashing lights, move over, slow down. All right, let's take you to the map because we had a stall that looks like it just cleared off I-10 westbound at Ralph Fair Road. So some good news there, but over a little bit further down here on the northwest side, 1604 eastbound at Hosman, we still have a stall detected there. Wider look at the map, a road weather map, I should say, does show a lot of fog still present in the area, although not as bad as what I think we were seeing earlier from those TransGuide shots. But as we mentioned a little bit earlier, if you plan to celebrate New Year's Eve and with a night out on the town, I want to bring this up for you viewers who are just waking up with us, because this is according to soberrides.org. Now, if you are not making the right choices, that is, first DWI offense could cost you. Some of those possible consequences are up to 6 months behind bars, $250 to a $2,000 fine. You could lose your driver's license for up to 2 years and potential criminal penalties. So watch out. Make sure you make the right choices as we bring in this new year. We're going to continue to watch this situation, though, right now, 410 at Starcrest. But Katie, the weather's kind of been, as you've been saying, meh.
Yeah,
Meh.
very meh this morning, kind of gloomy out there thanks to the fog and even some mist. I drove through essentially missed my whole way into work today down 281. So you may run into that along with some of that patchy dense fog this morning. Current look at visibility. We do have areas of dense fog along and west of I-35 for the most part. And with high humidity all across the area, light winds, fog will be possible through mid to late morning, a dense fog advisory until 10 a.m. So a gray, damp start to the day. Temperatures will be stuck in the 60s this morning, but we should see some decent clearing after lunchtime, and that will help to warm us up once again. High temperatures back near 80 degrees for a lot of us. Winds will be light and variable today because of a dry line that will be sneaking in. That'll drop humidity a touch as we head into the afternoon and the evening. It's not going to be anything too drastic. But we will see a slight drop in humidity today through early tomorrow morning. 71 Gonzales, now 61 in Uvalde and 66 at the airport. Our temperatures this morning are where our afternoon highs should be this time of year, and this is rounding off what's going to end up being likely one of our warmest Decembers on record. Each day here on our calendar in red is a day where the temperature was above average. So it has been a very warm month. Your mind has not been playing tricks on you. In short, big reason for that is because weather over North America is under the influence of La Nina this winter. That typically yields dry and warm conditions for us here in Texas and across the southern tier of the country. And that's because under the influence of La Nina, the jet stream, the Pacific jet stream and the polar jet stream get stuck up off to the north. They don't break and drop down as often, and that keeps the cold air off in the Arctic stuck off to the north, and we trend a bit warmer. And that has been the case so far for much of the month. That doesn't mean things will never get cold. In fact, we've got a big cool down coming in early 2022. New Year's Day will still be warm, so we'll keep you near 80 all the way through Saturday, and then a strong front will drop our afternoon highs into the 50s by Sunday. So let's take a closer look at this front. Cold air mass up to the north in the northern plains and into Canada. It's 19 below in Cut Bank, Montana, 21 below in Bismarck, North Dakota, and 5 below in Minneapolis. So this cold air mass will gradually be dropping south, but it'll take a few more days. So we are going to keep things warm all the way through New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So Saturday, front will still be off to our north. That will give us time to warm into the low 80s again to start 2022, but this front will move through Saturday evening. Unfortunately, I don't have a chance of rain with this front. We could use the rain, but that is not in the cards this time. However, this is a strong front. This will drop our afternoon highs into the 50s by Sunday. Windy conditions, gusty north winds will kick in Saturday night into early on Sunday. Then as winds relax Sunday night into Monday, clear skies, bone dry air. We are expecting temperatures to bottom out Sunday night into Monday morning. Some areas of the hill country, or essentially the whole hill country, and some areas along Highway 90 have already seen a freeze. But for San Antonio at the airport, we have not had our first official freeze. And I do think that is in the cards early Monday morning. So areas north of this pink line, a freeze is possible early on next week. So we'll keep you updated there, but confidence is growing in San Antonio, seeing its first more widespread freeze across the area early next week. In the meantime, warm and humid for festivities Friday evening, New Year's Eve, guys.
Festivities.
Festivities.
Oh, did I say that with festivities?
You did. Yeah, it's accurate.
I mean, it's going to be festive, right?
Thank you, Miss Blake. Right now, 6:20, about 67 degrees.
One mom is claiming that her family's Alexa smart speaker encouraged her child to try a potentially deadly challenge made popular on TikTok. That's ahead in your GMA First Look.
This SA Salutes holiday greeting is brought to you by Walk On Sports Bistro.
I am Christina from Walk-Ons, and I want to say thank you to all of our active duty men and women and our veterans, and I want to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Trelegy for COPD.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on.
If you've been playing down your COPD,
It's a new dawn, it's a new day.
it's time to make a stand. Start a new day with Trelegy.
And I'm feeling good.
No once daily COPD medicine has the power to treat COPD in as many ways as Trelegy. With 3 medicines in 1 inhaler, Trelegy helps people breathe easier and improves lung function. It also helps prevent future flare-ups. Trelegy won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Do not take Trelegy more than prescribed. Trelegy may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur. Take a stand and start a new day with Trelegy. Ask your doctor about once daily Trelegy and save at Trelegy.com.
In this morning's GMA First Look, an Amazon Echo device giving a family a surprising response when Kristen Livedall and her 10-year-old daughter Ellie asked Alexa for a challenge.
I had been doing some YouTube challenges where it was a physical education teacher had made some challenges for kids to do, things like balancing a broomstick on your hand and your chin.
The device's answer alarming, suggesting the so-called outlet challenge, a dangerous trend popularized on TikTok.
What it actually told her to do was to plug a phone charger partway in and then touch the exposed palms with a penny.
And coming up at 7 a.m., how Amazon is responding and what parents can do to keep their kids safe. With your GMA First Look, I'm Ariel Reshef, ABC News, New York.
624 and 67 degrees.
Still ahead next half hour, GMSA is shooting at a Westside motel sends 1 man to the hospital. That man said to be in critical condition. Jonathan Cotto staying on top of that story. Also, it is game day for our San Antonio Spurs. We'll tell you who they're playing tonight.
Also, let's take a live look out the roads at TransGuide. Things still a little foggy out there, but it looks like the conditions are getting a little better. Stephen Cavazos will have our look at the roads, and Katie Blake, look at the weather when we come back.
Welcome back, everybody. If you're just now waking up, we've had some fog and mist earlier this morning. We'll get you updated with meteorologist Katie Blake. Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, December 29th.
So happy to be here for this whole week for GMSA. Oh my gosh, I just feel like I'm a little caffeinated. Like the coffee just really kicked in.
Well, coming off vacation is always a bit of an adjustment, and we've already acknowledged that this is that kind of weird twilight zone between Christmas and New Year's where we're not really sure what day it is. So again, everybody, it is Wednesday, December 29th.
Yeah. Say it as a class.
What's the with whose line it is? Whose line is it anyway? The points are nothing matters and the points are made up. Something
That's
like
right.
that.
Exactly.
That's
Straight from Drew
week.
Carey.
That's
Hey, but what matters is the fog out there if you're going to be traveling, if you are working today.
Yeah, hey, not everybody gets to hang out at home. So if you will be heading out on the roads this morning, you may run into some patchy, dense fog. Visibility on our cameras has really improved over the past couple hours. So that is some good news. But off to the west of 35, this red area indicates areas of dense fog. That's visibility less than a quarter of a mile. And there still could be some patchy, dense fog around the city and Bexar County. So just make sure to give yourself a little bit of extra time if you do run into some of that dense fog. We've had some persistent mist this morning as well. Those two things together will just kind of make for not the ideal morning commute. So yeah, you may need just a few extra minutes. A dense fog advisory is in place for San Antonio, Guadalupe County, Comal County, Kendall County, essentially the whole metro area, and even well west of 35 to Eagle Pass and Kenny County until 10 a.m. So you may run into some patchy, dense fog until late morning. Temperature-wise, 70 in Pleasanton, 66 at the airport, 64 in Canyon Lake. Not necessarily cool and refreshing, like what we would like to see this time of year, well above average this morning, and will be above average again this afternoon as far as temperatures go. Pretty steady temperatures through the morning hours as the cloud cover, patchy fog, and mist lingers. That will all start to clear up as we get closer to lunchtime, and that sets us up for another warm day today. Now, some of us will see a drop in humidity today through tomorrow morning. We'll talk about that setup. It's kind of an odd setup. I'll walk you through that coming up in just a bit. We'll also take a look at your New Year's Eve forecast and another look at the strong cold front that will be moving through Saturday evening. This one drops our temperatures big time. You'll want to have that jacket handy by the second half of the weekend. Steven?
Thank you, Katie. Well, it does look like these TransGuide shots are improving. Roads are looking a little bit busier and a little bit more clear than what we've been seeing throughout the entire morning. Let's take a closer look. 1604 Culebra, there is I-10 at the Y. Looks like a quiet morning on any ordinary day. We'd probably see a lot more folks out there, but given that it is a holiday, maybe some people are staying at home. Good for you. But if you have to head out the door, let's just take a look again at the roadways, because you're not going to encounter big issues because some of them are very isolated. Let's go ahead and take you to the map, because we told you about a problem off of 410. This has actually now been detected off those westbound lanes at Starcrest Road. Looks like that's a crash again that we told you about a little bit earlier on the Axis Road. So it's not impacting any drive times at this hour, because you could see the lanes, even though eastbound lanes are pretty green. So well, that's some good news, but hopefully that will clear up pretty soon. Let's take a jump over here, because we do have a stall off of Loop 1604 eastbound at Hosman Road. That's not causing any issues, but been there for quite a while. So fog seems to be the issue this morning, but that's clearing out. We're going to continue to keep a close eye on the roads, but as always, make sure you take it easy out there as we get this new day started. Mark, Sarah?
Thank you, Stephen. We are still following late-breaking news this morning from a Motel 6 on San Antonio's west side. One man was shot and is facing life-threatening injuries.
This all unfolding just outside of Southwest Loop 410 near Highway 90. Our Jonathan Cotto joins us now from the scene. Jonathan, you mentioned earlier 2 suspects took off from the scene. So what do police know so far?
Good morning, Mark and Sarah. That's right. Police tell us witnesses here on scene say they saw those 2 male suspects leave the scene in a black car. Right now, we know officers are patrolling the area, still searching for them. Now, this all happened around 4 o'clock this morning. Police say a man and a woman, both believed to be in their 30s, were walking to the room when that man was confronted by the 2 male suspects. That's when we're told the argument ensued that escalated into gunfire. The victim was shot once in the leg and once in the back. We've learned he was able to go back into his room, and that's when the woman he was with was able to call 911. Now, the victim was taken to University Hospital. We're told he's in critical condition, and again, police are searching for those 2 male suspects in the black car. Of course, the shooting remains under investigation. Reporting on the west side, Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
COVID cases on the rise here in Bexar County, and local health experts say Omicron is to blame. On December 17th, 1 out of every 4 test sequence was coming back as Omicron. Right now, Bexar County is only reporting 7 cases of Omicron. However, Dr. Marjorie David from UT Health San Antonio says the case numbers are low because Omicron can double faster than tests can be sequenced.
Still, health experts say the vaccine is your best protection against the coronavirus. Children 5 and older are eligible for the vaccine. There is a clinic at the Wonderland of America's Mall that will run from 10 this morning until 6 p.m. Tomorrow, the Alamo Dome is expected to open from noon to 8 p.m. You can also check your local pharmacy for vaccine availability.
Around the country, we're also seeing another COVID-fueled economic crunch.
Rising cases and raising safety concerns and hitting the workforce, all while the supply and demand balance remains upside down. GasBuddy.com predicts the national average for gas prices could flirt with that $4 mark by Memorial Day, and agricultural analysts don't think we're going to get much of a break at the supermarket as well.
Between pent-up demand, higher shipping costs, and bad weather, food prices are not expected to go down anytime soon. Of course, all of these are just predictions, but economists who have downgraded their forecast for early 2022 say they're keeping a close eye on COVID-19 and how Capitol Hill reacts.
Cruise ships carrying passengers who test positive for COVID-19 will be allowed to dock in Mexican ports. People who test positive for COVID-19 or have any symptoms will be able to receive medical attention in Mexico. Those who have stronger symptoms will be taken to local hospitals. The health department says passengers or crew members who show no symptoms at all will be allowed to go ashore normally.
American Airlines is getting a new CEO, Robert Isom, taking over as the chief executive there at the airline. line after Doug Parker retires. Isom will have a number of problems on his plate, and he's vowing to improve the airline's operations and return it to profitability. American shares have risen more than 15% this year, though airline stocks in general have been beaten up over recent concerns about the new Omicron coronavirus variant. The Valero Alamo Bowl kicks off tonight. 14th ranked Oklahoma Sooners will represent the Big 12 and will take on the 15th ranked Oregon Ducks, who represent the Pac-12. Both teams looking for their 11th win. Should be a good one. Kickoff is set for 8:15 our time tonight at the Alamo Dome. It's being shown on ESPN.
And Via is offering a park and ride for the game tonight. The service will start at 5 p.m. from the Crossroads Park and Ride on Crossroads Boulevard and the Stone Oak Park and Ride on 281 North. Round trip costs $5 and the service will continue for an hour after the game. We have all this information posted for you right now on KSAT.com. Still ahead on GMSA, our If These Walls Could Talk series continues with a story about an artistic tribute to our San Antonio Spurs.
We now go back to our continuing coverage on the search for Lena Kill. More people jumping in to help find the 3-year-old. Today marks the day 10 in the search, and now businesses near where she was last seen are posting flyers in the hopes of helping bring Lena home.
It helps, posting on social media. So I've posted on social media a couple of times on my own personal page, but just to have the flyers in the store that maybe somebody sees it and grabs it, knows something, anything that helps.
That's Elijah Hicks. He works at a business about a half mile away from where Lena lived over on Fredericksburg Road. San Antonio police say she was last seen at a playground at her complex last Monday evening. Now investigators are going beyond the VS Del Cabo apartment complex. Some officers and canine units looking through green belts between the complex and Loop 410. And several other officers remain at the complex. Lena disappeared December 20th. The FBI has now zeroed in on an 18-minute window from that day, 4:49 p.m. to 5:07 p.m. The FBI now says a lot of the tips are outside of that window. Investigators continue to go through surveillance video, social media, and interviews. Anyone with information that leads to Lena can get a $150,000 reward. If you can help, call SAPD's Missing Persons Unit at 210-207-7660.
The former co-owner of Schlitterbahn Water Park in Kansas, where a young boy died on one of its rides, has pleaded guilty to a felony drug charge. Jeff Henry is scheduled to be sentenced March 4th after he pleaded guilty on December 16th to possessing methamphetamine with the intent to distribute it. Prosecutors said Henry was in Kansas in 2018 when police found drugs and alleged sex worker in his hotel. At the time, Henry was facing a second-degree murder charge for the death of 10-year-old Caleb Schwab on a Schlitterbahn water slide in Kansas City. The charges in that case were later dismissed.
Dallas area police have released a 14-year-old boy who they suspected in a weekend shooting that left 3 teenagers dead and a 4th badly wounded. Garland police say the gunman is still on the loose this morning. Now, authorities in Garland initially said Monday that the 14-year-old was the shooter at the gas station Sunday night, but now they say he's been released to his family and is, quote, not being charged at this time, end quote. Meanwhile, this man, 33-year-old Richard Acosta Jr., has been arrested and charged with capital murder, accused of being the getaway driver in that shooting.
Now to the death of football legend John Madden, known as the soundtrack of the NFL.
A Hall of Fame coach once remarked that he never worked a day in his life, but his influence would span decades from the football field to the broadcast booth to one of the most successful video games of all time.
Here's ABC's Andrew Dimbert.
John Madden first gained fame during his 10-year stint as the coach of the Raiders, having taken the job at just 32 years old. He never had a losing record and led the team to 7 AFC title games, winning the Super Bowl in the 1976 season.
John Madden's grin is from ear to ear. He looks like a split watermelon.
But it was his work off the field that catapulted him to stardom. After retiring from coaching at just 42, Madden began a new career in television. His larger-than-life personality made him a natural on camera, a constant presence in American homes for more than 30 years, appearing in commercials.
Boy, could I go for a nice cold white beer from Miller. So I thought I'd just pop in at my favorite hangout and have one with the guys.
Even on Saturday Night Live.
Here's a sad little guy, the place kicker, Anton Bogushov-Skanavoski.
But it was the decades he spent in the NFL broadcast booth that made him a household name. He was skeptical about becoming a broadcaster, but turned out to be a natural, winning 16 Emmys with his distinctive, powerful voice.
Boom, you get him? Right there, boom.
And sense of humor.
Father bucket, this is a mother bucket, and since the last game, they had a baby bucket.
Not to mention his talent with that famous telestrator, forever changing how the game looked on TV.
If this guy here is pointing to this, and if he takes this and dumps it on that, he'll be the player of the game.
Making him a fan favorite, as did his many quirks. Madden famously giving a turducken, a chicken inside a duck inside a turkey, to the winning team of the Thanksgiving game he called each year. His fear of flying leading him to travel across the country, logging 80,000 miles each year in a custom-built bus he named the Madden Cruiser, complete with a sauna, 2 bathrooms, and a full kitchen. And he would go on to become the namesake of a video game empire. John Madden was 85.
Well, when you think of San Antonio attractions, you might automatically picture the Alamo or maybe even the Riverwalk.
But you definitely can't forget the team that put our city on the map. And some people have taken steps to make sure the San Antonio Spurs, while winning or losing, stay in the spotlight.
Katrina Weber gives us a look at some artistic tributes to the team in this week's If These Walls Could Talk.
While it may be said that everyone loves a winner, try telling that to fans of the San Antonio Spurs.
Lifelong Spurs fan. Love them. 5 championships, a dynasty, Hall of Fame coach, Hall of Fame players. It doesn't get any better than that.
Carlos Woods wears his team pride on his clothing, even when the team may not be winning. Others have made more permanent declarations, murals on walls all over town. There are a couple on the south side, the perfect backdrops for this man's TikTok videos. Or this one on the east side, inspiring bragging rights. Some even pay tribute to the team mascot.
All of them are fabulous. If you look at them, you drive around town, various different parts of San Antonio, you see these murals.
I'm not a big Spurs fan, but I understand what they mean in San Antonio.
Still, Rodney Miller does have his favorites, including this one on East Houston. It seems to be a big draw, along with one right across the street.
We have a lot of people from all out of town coming and taking. I even had to go there and take a picture of a lady myself.
While most of the murals pay tribute to the team's great history, this is one that seems to be inspiring the Spurs to keep going. It features the faces of people the whole city hopes will be future champions. The paintings all over Rudy's Seafood seem to match the hoop dreams in some people's hearts.
It's a pretty tough couple of years, but Spurs eventually they're gonna get it together.
By no doubt, yes, we can. With Pop as coach, we're gonna do it again.
Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Go Spurs, go, right? Let's get a quick look at the roads right now for this Wednesday morning. 37 at South Cross, getting a little bit busier out there. As we take a look, the roads are starting to become a little bit more clear. We've seen some of them plagued with some of that dense fog that has been present throughout the morning. Katie will talk about that in just a moment. But 410 at Callahan, it is getting busier, but we still have this situation off 410 at Starcrest. That's actually a crash that's been detected there along the access roads and those westbound lanes, so watch out for that. Let's take a jump right over here because we still have a stall that popped up off State Highway 151 eastbound at Cable Ranch Road. Wider look at the map does show that there's still some of that dense fog that is present, Katie, but hopefully we'll be seeing some of that clear up as the day gets going.
Yeah, Stephen, honestly, it's looking a lot better than it was even a couple hours ago. Nonetheless, we'll hold on to a dense fog advisory for all the metro area, San Antonio, Bexar County, and off west of 35 until 10 o'clock this.
Good morning. Coming up on GMA, the latest on the surging COVID cases around the country, nearing daily record averages with Omicron and Delta surging amid new concern about an at-home test and if they're detecting the new variant well. CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky joins us with the latest on the decision to cut isolation times and more. That plus much more coming up right here on GMA. We'll see you soon.
5 minutes till 7.
We're going to check in with Stephen Cavazos one more time. The roads?
I would say they're a little bit busier. We wouldn't say drastically busy because it's the holidays, but let's take a quick look. 1604 Culebra getting a little busier, as I just mentioned, but there's I-10 at the Y. I do want to bring your attention to this crash off of 410 westbound at Starcrest Road. It does look like that may have just cleared out, but a new problem popping up here off I-10 westbound at Culebra Road. A second crash detected there, so watch out. Wider look at the map shows we still got a lot of that dense fog that's present, but Katie knows a little bit more about that. What's up?
Yes, looking a lot better as far as the fog is concerned this morning. We'll hold on to a dense fog advisory, though, until 10 a.m. Some clearing this afternoon, a break from the morning fog tomorrow, then it's back New Year's Eve morning. Warm and muggy New Year's Eve night, and also a warm start to 2022 on Saturday. Our cold front arrives in the evening to really bring a chill back by January 2nd and 3rd. First freeze possible in San Antonio early Monday morning next week.
Oh, it's coming. I mean, you would never know it by walking outside.
I know.
Yep.
I'll get ready to cover my plants and keep, everything. Yep. Crank the heat.
And a scarf.
All that stuff. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Hey, we'll see you back here at GMSA at 9.